Alright guys, welcome to a new video on the Banshee. I think this is part 3. You guys seem to like the last video a lot, but a lot of people seem to think that the parking brake does not lower the RPMs, which it actually does. I'll leave a couple comments for you guys to read through on the screen right here while I'm talking through it. But this parking brake definitely, limits the RPMs. And I think it has something to do with the Tors, which is... the Tors is right, these things right here on the carburetors. These big metal chunks on the carburetors, it's called the Tors. So I guess that, disables flow to the carburetors if it's like revving too high or something. I guess that's what I read, but I don't know. Anyway, we ordered a new air filter because last time we figured out this thing didn't have an air filter, and that's kind of where we ended off. So I cleaned out the whole area and stuff in there, which was really, really bad, which, isn't good. So it was just sucking in all this crap, which is not good. So today we're getting the air filter. I did not order a seat cover yet because I couldn't find one that I liked. So I'm still looking around for one of those. If you guys want to send me a link to a seat cover, definitely do that in the comments because I cannot find one that I like. There's like some plain black ones, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'd like the half tone with the white and the black. That'd be kind of cool. Like the exact same one, just a different material. And then today we're going to be going through the carburetors. From last video, one of these carburetors is leaking. I think it was if you sit on the Banshee this way, I think it was the left side carburetor was leaking. So I'm guessing the pilot jet was clogged, and I'm guessing the float height is wrong, which is letting gas leak out of the carburetor and overflow. So that's the other thing we're going to do. Also, we're going to check the oil. We did that last video and it was decent, but we're going to drain the oil out, put some new oil in there today. We got the brakes bled last video, so those are all good to go. We're going to check the coolant, make sure that's good. And I think that's what we're going to be doing today. So then maybe paint the pipes and stuff like that. I don't know if I've got the correct paint for the frame yet, so I might have to look into that to see. But you guys hit 1,000 likes on last video, so I promised to take this thing through a huge puddle. So maybe a different day we'll do that, maybe next video. But I promise, so we gotta do that sometime too. Also, on Thursday, there's a guy coming to inspect the Banshee for me. His name's Eric. He's from Green Bay. He's going to be bringing me a bunch of free parts for the Banshee, free brake pads and caliper, I think he said. And then he's going to be bringing me new spark plugs, wheel bearings, and then he's going to be bringing his leak down tester and compression tester. So we're going to be really testing this thing out, seeing if it needs a rebuild. And then he said if it needs a rebuild, we could potentially rebuild this thing. So that'd be pretty cool. But he's coming Thursday, so the video will be up either Sunday or Friday of this week. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's tear apart these carburetors. Alright guys, so weird find in the carburetor. The jets are actually correct. So the main jet is a 200. You guys probably can't see it. And then the pilot jet is a 25. So the jets are correct, which is a good thing. The pilot jet is completely clogged though. So that's probably why it wasn't idling. You can't see through it at all. Yeah, it's completely clogged. So that would be why it didn't idle. And then this jet that goes right down the middle is just completely gunked up. So that's probably why it was running pretty crappy. So we'll clean this all up, put it back together. The stock jets are in it, so the guy lied again about that. He said it was rejetted for winter, and no, it was not. So we'll put it back together and then do the left carburetor. Alright guys, so first carburetor's done. Just have to put it back together. Look how clean I got it. I used engine degreaser to get all the crap off the carburetor. And then for the jets, I used carb cleaner. And then sprayed carb cleaner on the inside of the carburetor. Then blew it out with compressed air. It's very clean now. As you can see, the pilot jet, which is actually the correct size. You can see right through it now. Main jet, perfectly clear. These jets all cleared and cleaned. Everything is just spotless on these now. So now we just have to duplicate that and do the left side carburetor, which I believe is the one that was leaking. So pretty much, I'm pretty happy that the pilot jets were clogged, because now that should solve the idling issue. So we can finally take off this old zip tie on here, and it should run a lot better. I wonder if that's why it was so smoky, is because the choke was halfway on. We'll put it back together, take it for a quick rip after this, and paint up the pipes, do a couple other things, get this thing going. Alright guys, just got cleaning the second carburetor. Same story with the second carburetor. We're running the 200 main and the 25 pilot, so they're stock. I don't think this carburetor's ever been apart. It was pretty bad. The inside was pretty crappy. All the jets were pretty plugged up. The pilot was really plugged up badly. I had to stick a little piece of wire through it to get it unclogged. And then these were clogged right here, these two little jet passages. So definitely needed to be cleaned. Like I said before, the whole Banshee just seemed like it was all original. So somebody definitely didn't take care of it too much and did not keep up with maintenance. So we're gonna put the carburetor back together. Hopefully that will run a lot better with the carburetors cleaned up there. I mean, it should, because the pilots were plugged. But now we're gonna clean up this whole area and paint the cylinders and the head. Use some high temp paint. That'll look really good, and then touch up these covers and just clean up all the stuff. Definitely grease up the kick lever, and you know, it's pretty squeaky, and paint up the brake lever, and maybe touch up some of these places on the frame to make it look a little bit better. Alright, so the carburetors are sitting right here, looking perfect. All set to go back on the Banshee. And now we're going to be cleaning up this whole area. So what I do to clean up all this greasy crap around the motor is I use this engine degreaser. Gunk brand, not sponsored. If you guys want to sponsor me, hit me up, because I use this stuff all the time and I love it. So let's use this stuff. And I just spray it. I spray it all over the engine. I already did it, but you get the point. So I spray it all over and just let it soak up for like 10 minutes. And then I take a rag and a toothbrush and go through every little crack and crevice and you know, try cleaning it up. So this really gets everything off of there, makes everything really clean. And then you do one more spray once you do get all the loose stuff off, and then go over it one more time, and then it really shines it up. So stay tuned, we're gonna clean this up and start painting some of this stuff. Alright guys, a little update on the Banshee. I just got the motor painted, so that's all looking pretty good in there. The heads actually didn't need to be painted, the cylinders did, and then I painted the rest of the frame up. I just touched up the frame, and then the foot pegs I touched up, swing arm touched up, and the A-arms I touched up. So all that stuff is looking pretty good. No more rust on there. Then I painted the pipes here quick. I ran out of paint, so I'm gonna have to come back to that later. But air filter came in the mail, so we'll see what this looks like. Alright, let's see if this thing works. I don't know exactly how that's supposed to fit in there. Interesting. Well, I think we need a bracket for it. So let's just see what this thing looks like. It's like that. So I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Yeah, so that's supposed to fit in there like that. And then I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go around the bracket. So I'll have to figure that out, but I mean, it looks like it could be the right kind. It's supposed to work for like 1989 to 2006. So we'll leave that right there. New air filter. We'll have to figure out how to put that on. But yeah, so one thing down. We'll put the pipes on next, and then put it all back together, get a new seat cover, clean it up a bit, and then we'll take it for a ride. Alright guys, so the Banshee's put back together. I have to paint the pipes better. I have to paint a couple more things in here. I just ran out of time, but it's looking okay. Plastics need to be cleaned up, and there needs to be a new seat cover on it. So I'll do a quick walk around. Looks a little bit better. It's not too bad. A little bit cleaner. Definitely has a lot of work to do still. The engine looks a lot cleaner than it did before. And I guess we're gonna do the first startup here with the new carburetor. So let's turn it to reserve right here. And let's see if this thing fires up. Hopefully it idles perfectly. Turn the key on too. Alright, here we go. First startup on this thing. Please run. Please. And I underestimated how much time this would take, so hopefully we can get a ride in here quick. Still. Alright, first startup, here we go. 1 kick, 2 kicks, 3 kicks, I don't know. Write a comment down below how many kicks you think it's going to take. I'm letting it fill up with gas right now. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh baby, it idles. And there's not the zip tie in it. No zip tie. Alright, so it runs pretty good, as you can see. Cleaning out the carburetors definitely helped. I cleaned them out so well, and I think that definitely helped. Idles perfectly, as you can see. Idle might be a little bit high, but that's fine. I still have to get the air filter situated in there, and then yeah, take it for a quick rip here and see how it runs. Alright guys, we're gonna do a quick ride in this thing. Hopefully it's a little bit better than last time. Last time it was pretty boggy in first, second, third, and then it would open up in like fourth and fifth. And when I cleaned up the carburetors, I noticed that the main jet and pilot jet were pretty much clogged. So it should really open up a lot more now and be good to go, I would think. So we're gonna test it out, see if it's any better. Really hoping it is. Doesn't look like gas is leaking from the carburetor either, so I think we fixed that problem. So we fixed 2 main problems today: the gas leaking and not running right. Let's take her for a rip now. Let's see here. I don't think we need the choke on. And I think one of the plugs is fault from running with choke on completely, because this one seems like it's sporadically running. So we're gonna have to get new plugs. Oh baby. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, this thing is zippy. Holy cow. The beast has awakened. Oh man, baby. Oh yeah, baby. This thing is awesome. This is how it's supposed to be running. Oh man. Oh yeah. think she's fixed. Almost sounds like he's running a little bit lean though. Whoa, yeah. Oh, dang, dude. I think we're running out of gas. Oh man. Look at that pop up like every gear. Second gear. Third gear. Yeah, fourth gear. Oh my gosh. Literally pops up every single gear. That is insane. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm pretty happy with that. That's crazy. Yeah, so next ride, we'll be taking it through like water like that because you guys hit 1,000 views on the video. So stay tuned for that. I won't forget. So we'll do that next video. Yeah, let's switch over to camera. I think it's crazy how fast that thing is. Wow. Alright guys, just get done with the ride. Oh, looks like gas is leaking out of the carburetor again. So we might have to change the float height on this. I noticed that it just keeps on leaking out of there. Or what the problem could be is that the other carburetor is not running correctly, and then that's just taking in too much fuel. But I'm pretty sure it's the float height on here. So I'm going to take out the other carburetor, I think next video, and try to figure that out because it's leaking a little bit of gas. It's not hurting anything, but anyway, that ride was crazy. As you guys can see, it lifted up every single gear. I shifted into first, lifted up, second, lifted up, third, lifted up, and fourth, lifted up. I'm guessing 5 did too. Didn't even check it, but the thing is insane. I don't know if it's running too lean, kind of sounds like it. But definitely a lot zippier than it was before. So next video we have Eric coming. He works on Banshees, a lot of Banshees, and he's bringing over all those parts for me to use, and then we're testing the compression, and then we might be doing a top end rebuild if the compression's bad. So stay tuned for that. It should be a pretty good video. My Instagram is 2_vintage_ if you guys want to go follow behind the scenes. I post a bunch on there. Also go check out the forum called 2vintagerider.com. You can post your bike of the month up there, and you can win 20 bucks. And I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time, we are out.